Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Asur and today we are talking about something huge. India just passed Japan to become the world's fourth biggest economy. Our GDP hit $4.19 trillion, edging out Japan 4.18 trillion. That's wild, right? But what does this even means for us? Is it just a cool headline or is there more to it? Let's break it down. No fancy jargon, just like we are chatting over chai. Ready? Let's go. Okay, so there is a deal on May 25. Niti Aayog boss BVR Subramaniam dropped the news. India's economy is now bigger than Japan. The IMF latest report says our GDP is 4.19 trillion, while Japan is just 1.418 trillion dollar. That's a super close race, like a $1 billion difference. And get this. The IMF thinks India could overtake Germany by 2028 to become the third largest economy with GDP of 5.58 trillion. That next level step from being called a weak economy over years ago to now beating giants like China, uh, beating giants like Japan. India is killing it. Now, how did we pull this up? And is it all as awesome as it sounds? Alright, let's rewind. 10 years ago, India GDP half of what it is now, 2.1 trillion. So what's the secret sauce? First up, the government has been pushing stuff like Make in India, GST and Digital Vibe like UPI. These have made our factories and tech games super strong. We are exporting software, phones, even solar panel now. Second, we have got a young crowd. Over half of India is under 30, ready to hustle. Japan, their population getting older and their economy actually shrank by 0.7% earlier this year because people are not spending much and their export took a hit. Meanwhile, India growing at over 6% a year, fastest in the world, says the IMF. But before we start dancing, there is a catch. Let's talk about it. It gets really, guys. Yeah, our GDP is huge, but we have got 1.4 billion people. Japan got just 1.120 million. So when you divide that GDP per person, India is at 2,878 dollar per year, while Japan chilling at $33,000. That's like a 12 times difference. What that means, GDP is the total size of the economy, but per capita income shows how much money the average person got. Japan got bullet train, super clean cities, and they spend 3% of their GDP on research and tech. Just we are still dealing with bad roads, water logging, and we spend less than 1% on R&D. People on X are calling it out. They are like, cool, we are number 4, but where is my hospital or decent school? And they have got a point. Big GDP does not mean everyone living the high life. Let's talk Japan for a second. They were the world's second biggest economy back in the day. Think Sony, Toyota, that all that company, their GDP close to ours now. But they have got way fewer people and the cozy good infrastructure. They spend big on research making robots and AI that blow your mind. But Japan got problems too. An aging population, fewer exports and trade drama with the US. India got young energy and reform pushing us up. Still, someone on X said India's GDP beat Japan, but it will take 50 years to live like them. But kind of true, Japan quality of life is another level. So what's the plan now? India is on track to hit 5.5 trillion by 2028, maybe even passing Germany. But the real deal is not just a bigger number. It's making sure every Indian feels this GDP. We need better school, hospital, roads, and the more jobs that pay well. We got to pump money into research and tech because 4.19 trillion economy sounds dope, but it's pointless if millions are still struggling. All right, let's warp up with some real talk and a bit desi spice. India's beating Japan GDP is bigger flex, no doubt, but like folk on X are saying, GDP does not fix footholds or gets us bullet train. We are not Japan yet. That's a cool. We are a young, hungry country making waves. So what do you think? Is this GDP win a big deal or just a number? Drop your thought in the comment and let's talk. If you like this vibe, smash that like button and hit subscribe and ring the bell for more real talk breakdowns. This is Asur signing off with one last thought. India's on the rise, but let's make sure everyone along for the ride.